Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst of the Money Markets, here with your weekly marijuana market update. Now, I do want to make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel, get notified each and every time we post a new video. We've also launched our new membership program here on YouTube. It does give you exclusive access to even more cannabis market content. Now, this includes new videos, interviews with cannabis insiders, a monthly live chat with me, blog posts, and much, much more. If you just click the little join button down below, you can find out much more about how you can get involved in this. Just click that join button and you'll see all the perks that are involved with being a member of our YouTube community. Now, today I'm going to discuss a few things, and I'm going to try to get to them relatively briefly because I don't want to drag things out. But one, I'm going to talk about new federal legalization for cannabis. So we'll talk about that, as well as a breakdown of cannabis deals in the first half of 2021. And then I'm going to roll out a new feature here on the marijuana market update that I think will prove to be beneficial for you as a cannabis investor. Now, first, news on legalization. This week, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, plans to roll out a draft of legislation aimed to legalize marijuana on the federal level, according to Marijuana Moment. Now, while details of the bill weren't really available when I recorded this video, reportedly titled the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act, I will have more information on this on our community tab on YouTube once more information becomes available. But now let's just say this has been a long time in the making. We've heard rumblings in Congress that this was happening since Joe Biden won the presidential election back in November, and Democrats got control of the Senate and the House. But now it seems like there is a little bit of movement on the federal level. But I have to caution against too much excitement here because this is just going to be a draft. It's not actually going to be a formal introduction of the bill. Basically, there's going to be a press conference. They're going to talk about what they're going to put in the bill, and then they'll eventually write it and then submit it to be formally introduced. Now, once it is introduced, whenever that happens to be, which could be a week or a month or who knows, the bill will have to go through the normal Washington process of going through committees on both sides of Congress, and then the full chambers of both the House and the Senate before it ever reaches the desk of President Biden. And with an infrastructure bill that's still in the offing, it's no guarantee that federal legalization will move in a fast manner through Congress anytime soon. Nonetheless, it is big news for cannabis investors, as it does show that some lawmakers are serious about ending prohibition of cannabis. Whether it goes, hard to say. Now, Schumer has said that before that he hopes to restrict the ability of big alcohol and tobacco companies from taking over the cannabis industry. This could be good news for current providers of cannabis, so they don't necessarily feel squeezed out by large companies that are already starting to make some inroads into the cannabis market. Now, I'm going to monitor the situation, and I'll let you know of any updates as they become available. Make sure you check out our community section here on YouTube if I have a blog post or anything like that may clue you in on where things are. Now, the second thing on my agenda today is I'm going to look back at the first half of 2021 in terms of cannabis industry acquisitions. It's been very, very busy, but now we're able to put kind of numbers to that because sometimes it may seem busy, but the values really aren't that strong. However, let's just say investors have been pouring a lot of money into the cannabis market at a very rapid pace here in 2021. According to New Frontier data, $7.7 billion has been raised by cannabis companies in the first half of 2021. That's more than 3 times the $2.5 billion raised during the same period last year, and tops the previous high of $7.5 billion raised in the first half of 2019. The difference between debt and equity financing for these deals has also risen. In 2021, 69% of deals were equity-based, with the remaining 31% being debt financed. That compares to 84% of deals being equity-based in 2017 and just 16% being debt financed. The size of the cannabis deals has also expanded exponentially in 2017. The total average deal size was about $6.9 million. In the first half of 2021, that average was more than $28 million, according to New Frontier data. One of our cannabis watch list stocks, GrowGeneration Corporation, which trades on the NASDAQ under GRWG, has already announced 9 acquisitions in the first half of this year. Now, what all this tells us is that multi-state operators, or what they're commonly known as MSOs, are spending cash hand over fist to gain market share by buying up smaller players in the cannabis space. The announcement that federal cannabis legalization could be coming to Congress will likely spur more of that spending in the future. In all, 2021 will likely prove to be the biggest year for cannabis acquisitions and deals in history, As more states legalize, global economies expand, and the U.S. now starts to take federal legalization a little bit more serious than before. As an investor, if you're investing in cannabis stocks or looking to invest in cannabis stocks, it's key to keep an eye on these acquisitions as they position pro forma companies in the future. So when one company buys another, that company becomes a pro forma company until the deal is closed. So you want to see where the pro forma company stands or where it's projected to stand with the acquisition. Does it help? Does it hinder? Does it really not make any change at all? These are things you want to pay attention to as a cannabis investor. Now, the third thing I want to discuss is to roll out a new feature I'm going to highlight in the marijuana market update. For the last several weeks, I've been working to develop the Money and Markets Cannabis Index. This will track all cannabis companies with market caps over $10 million, and it will be an equal weighted index. Now, this means the performance of each company carries equal importance, and bigger companies won't overshadow smaller ones. It's very easy to do that. There's a difference. You have the S&P 500, which is equal weight. You have the Dow Jones, which is not equal weight. It is very much weighted towards bigger companies. So what I chose is to go the equal weighted route to give everyone kind of an equal part in the index. Now, as you can see here, according to my latest scan, there are 231 companies that meet the criteria of market capitalization and being listed in either a major U.S. exchange or over the counter in the U.S. This list is going to change every time as companies will rise to the market capitalization or fall off. That's going to be the main driver here. Changing markets, changing exchanges really won't make that big of a deal, but companies will fluctuate in market cap based on their trading price. So the list will fluctuate. Right now, there's 231 companies on the list. And as you can see, the index reached a high point in mid-February. This is when cannabis stocks were much more popular with investors. States passed legalization measures, things started to become in effect, and talk of federal legalization was kind of at a high point back then. But since then, the market has cooled somewhat. And since April 1st of 2021, our index value has only fluctuated by about 9%. So not really a whole lot of movement either up or down. What this index does do for you as a cannabis investor is give you a different look at how the broader cannabis market is performing from one day to the next. I'm going to try to update this index each and every week for the marijuana market update. So you'll have kind of a week by week snapshot of how things are going. And you can see the performance right here in this video. Now, if you have a question about a cannabis stock or the market, I do have some cannabis stocks that you guys have requested that I am going to get to. I just thought the federal legalization was a bit more important. But I do have stocks that you want me to analyze. Keep bringing those in. I'm going to try to capitalize on getting more of those out here in the coming weeks. Just email me feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. That email address is right down below. Or you can comment below here on YouTube as well. And I'm more than happy to put those on the list and get that analysis to you. Finally, I encourage you to join our membership program on YouTube if you have not already. In that, as a member, you'll get access to weekly updates about stocks on our cannabis watch list, which is actually up double digits still, by the way, along with exclusive videos, cannabis insider interviews. There's also blog posts about cannabis investing news and much, much more. We're working to give you our first live chat on YouTube with me. We're gonna have that coming up hopefully at the end of July, and you'll be able to ask me just about anything related to cannabis investing that you want to, and I will do that live here on YouTube. So, but you want to be a member to get access to that live chat and all that other great stuff. Now, I've also, like I said, I'm going to unveil another tool that you can use right here to point you in the right direction for cannabis stock investments. And I'm going to do that here very shortly. You can join today and find out about the new tool and how you can use it. So it's going to be strictly for cannabis investors, and it's going to be a nice addition for members as well. You get all that as part of our membership community. Just click join down below on our YouTube page. Find out what you get access to by joining. We have different tiers. You can sign up for whatever tier you like. I don't push one or the other, so I just want to make sure you join so you get access to whatever is available additional out there. You can also follow me on Twitter. I'll give you even more insights, not just on the cannabis market, but the broader stock market as well. You can find me. My Twitter handle is @InvestWithMattC. On Twitter, that's Invest with Matt C, all one word. And you can find me there. Follow me. I will certainly try to follow you back as well. That said, I want to thank all of you who do watch our videos each and every week. We do it because we want to bring you the best insights into cannabis and to the broader markets as well. If you have a question about a cannabis stock, like I said, email me feedback@moneymarkets.com. I'm more than happy to try to get that on the list. I've got a lot to get to, but I want to keep adding to it. Just because I say I have a lot doesn't mean I don't want more. The more the merrier. So make sure you keep sending me those stocks you'd like some insight on. Coming up this week, we'll have our Bull and Bear podcast as well, and much, much more. Don't forget to check out our new video series, Ask Adam Anything. I get to sit down with our chief investment strategist, Adam O'Dell, ask him any question you want. It's actually a kind of fun time, and I like to stump Adam whenever I get the opportunity. Also, Greens and Fortunes co-editor Charles Sizemore is revamping his weekly series called Investing with Charles, and we're going to roll that out, coming out in the coming weeks, so check that out as well. And moneyandmarkets.com, that's kind of the flagship. That is the mothership. Each and every day we post new content that provides safe, sound, smart, simple, profitable investment information for you. You can sign up for our free daily e-letter and get all that information sent to your inbox every day, 7 days a week for free. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money Markets, the host of the Bull and the Bear podcast, as well as your marijuana market update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.